Okay, we got some event practice here. We got a competition coming up, partner competition. So just dry around in some of the events. So we got pretty light stone. It's a 115. Just doing it round robin. It's a two-person competition, so we're running it, but kind of with three people just to get the form of things. So just alternating folks, crawling it up and popping it to the top. Then we got a medley. At the competition, it's like 135, 165, 200, and 300-pound kegs. I don't have 300-pound kegs or anything lighter than a 150, so we went down and back for everybody with the 157 two times. Tyler, who's right there, he's actually the guy I'm going to be competing with, and we got to get him, when he picks up the, you'll see when he gets to the barrel again, but when he picks up the barrel, he's actually facing the wrong way, which is going to make him a little slower than he means to be because he has to turn around before he can start moving. So there's me cruising along like a, I don't know, like a fast little guy. Steven, earlier that day, he messaged me. He's like, man, I like working out at LA Fitness. The only thing I hate is I can't take my shirt off. So props to him for working out at my place so he can be half naked. So you're facing the wrong way. Standing up, then turn, then go. So probably shave like 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds off like every time if you just takes that. And as short as this workout's going to be, every second's going to count. But everybody's doing good. They're doing the mixed grip, trying to get a little higher than the hip so you can walk nice and fast. If you see my arms go straight, I'm going to be like on my hip. Which is going to impede how fast you can walk. 200-pound. There's my little boy.
Come on, man. Come on.
Alright, so Steven finishes the 200-pounder. Tyler's turn, still standing backwards and having to turn to go. Definitely pick up some pace if he faces the other way.
Yeah, buddy. Steven.
It's my son yelling at me in the background if you can hear that. And then me, same deal as with the 157. The higher you can get it on your hip, the better life's going to be. My right hand, it's low and kind of on my hip, but the left one of the reasons you mix grip is so you can at least have one leg working properly with nice fast steps. So that keg, it's a little over 200 pounds. I don't know exactly what it is. It's somewhere between 200 and 220. Now we're on to the stones, so we just carried a bunch of stuff. The stones, it's 210, 215, somewhere in there. Trick with the stones when you carry them, yeah, Steven's going to struggle on this one. I don't think he gets it. Makes a good run at it after we're done, though. But for now, not happening. So one of the things that happens with the stones, lucky it's light enough for me and Tyler that we can get it up on our chest. When it's on your chest, you can run a lot better. Same kind of thing as with the keg, where if it's higher than your hips, you can run with it. And then it being on your chest lets you still breathe and stuff. So if you're carrying a stone and can get it up on the chest or up on the shoulder, you're going to be much faster and much more comfortable than if you don't. He puts it down between, takes a knee, takes a breath for a second. One of the things that you'll encounter if it's a heavier stone is that it's going to basically be on your lungs, like sitting on your diaphragm, which makes breathing hard, as you can imagine. If you don't have a Husafell stone, and that's an event you have coming up, it's kind of a big tombstone shield-shaped rock of varying weights. A good way to practice it would be to get a stone similar weight, probably a little less weight actually, because they're harder to hold on to, and actually put it and carry it on your gut, because Husafell stones, it's basically you go and the limiter, it's hard on your hamstrings because you're leaning back and carrying it, but it's really hard on the breathing. But since it's a little more spread out than a stone, you can usually go a little further. So a little lighter stone than what you would be competing with for the Husafell. And yeah, it's just a good way to train that. I got it way up on my shoulder. I must have been strong that day or something. I'm not quite sure why I set it down. Probably could have just turned around and kept going. Just everyone else was setting it down, so I felt like I was supposed to, I guess. A little drunk step there at the beginning, little stagger. If you watch close, you can see me drag my foot back there too. Almost tripped and died.
Come on. Get on those knees.
Here's Steven giving it another go. Nice. And then also bear in mind, no tacky today. So no tacky on the stones. Just trying for it without it. It's my son being weird. So we got a good lap.
Yeah.
Got it up pretty good.
Go, go, go.
Even made it up to the shoulder, and then just
Nope.
felt like he was going to fall over or pass it or something, so turned and dropped. And finished with a nice little kettlebell throw for distance. I still suck at those. There you go. Event D.